Buenas tardes. Welcome, welcome. I'm in a bubbly mood today. Oh, already people coming on. Hola, amigo. So I went to the park today with a good friend who will probably watch this video. So if you watch it, hello. To do some yoga. And we ended up doing these hilarious, exaggerated sensual motions with all of the movements and laughing and laughing. And then we put salsa music and started dancing on our own. And it was hilarious because there was these guys at the climbing wall who I'm sure were just like, who the fuck are these people? So I'm in a very, very bubbly mood because, you make your own fun. So I had no idea what I was going to talk to you about today until about half an hour ago. And I decided to offer up how to have a full body orgasm. How cool is that? Oh my gosh. Super sexy. So welcome to those who are watching, and welcome to those of you who will be coming on and watching the video on IGTV. I fucking hope I don't get shut down for this. I'm trying to code my words. I don't even know if I'm supposed to code my spoken words, if those get read or not, no clue. So if you're not already, you should get on my mailing list and follow my YouTube channel, because it's possible that one day my Instagram may just stop working because I'm a little bit rebellious and I do the things that I'm not supposed to do. So if you want to keep following me, go to the other things too, in case this one shuts down. It can happen. It's happened to a lot of my friends and people who are in the same industry as me. It's what happens with censorship. A lovely practice. So today we're going to work on full body orgasm. Now this is a tantric practice, a neo-tantric practice, which means that it's not a part of the original classical tantra and more a part of the neo-tantric movement, which came about in the 60s with people like Osho and other leaders around that. So a lot of the sexuality practices, tantric sexuality practices, are quite new. They're not from thousands of years old. They're from the 60s. It's not that long ago, kind of. And it's also what I consider to be a bit of an advanced practice. So I'm going to give it to you in phases so that you can really start wherever you're at. And that's how I coach people. We just go wherever you're at right now and then go bit by bit by bit until you get the full picture. So the idea here is that we're going to move energy and pleasure around the body so that it's not all centralized in the genitals. So on this call, obviously we're not going to be doing it with a sexual practice. You can do it at home because I can't see you. You're perfectly free to do as you will. But right here, I'm going to invite us to just do it with breath, to start understanding the concept and starting to feel with our body what that feels like. And then you can do it at home, which is also how I coach clients, by the way. We do it with breath or with movement of energy, and then they go home and they do the sexual practice and come back to the next session and talk about it. That's how we work. Okay. So at first, I want to just share how when I start talking to some clients, not always men, but mostly men, about moving energy, I get the look. They're like, what is this spiritual woo-woo shit you're talking about, moving energy in the body? And all moving energy really means is sensation in movement. Okay? So let's start there. That's like the basic practice to just start to get our body, our brain connected to sensation in the body and the movement of sensation in the body. So thinking about like what energy feels like on my arm, let's say, okay? If I can just picture, can I think of energy moving in my wrist? Just like, does it exist? Do I have energy in my wrist? If you can't feel it, use your fingers, tap a little bit on your wrist, and then remove your fingers. And you can still feel it, right? You can still feel the energy there. And now tap it somewhere else on the arm. And if you remove your fingers, you can still feel it. There's an energy there, even though your hands are not doing that. And now can you link the two? Can you go from one place on the arm to the other? Just, it's almost like imagine it. Force yourself a little, like even if you feel like you're having to make it up a little, go with that. Can you move it from one place to the other? Between the two parts that you just did. So if you can, if you're starting to get that, you're starting to move energy in your body. And if that's all you can do today, that's amazing. Start practicing with different parts of the body. You'll notice some parts you won't be able to feel at all. Start doing the tapping motion, reawaken some parts of the body that have, for some reason or another, shut down or decided to no longer have sensation there. And that's a huge practice in and of itself, because you're going to be awakening parts of the body that have not been awakened for a really long time. So that's phase 1. The next phase is the actual practice of doing the full body orgasm. And in this case, what you're going to want to do is start to breathe into the pleasure. So when you're doing a sexual practice, on a scale from 1 to 10, if 0 is like not feeling anything and 10 is a climax, you want to get to a level 3 of turn on or more to start moving energy. Okay, so you have to have enough energy stored up to be able to start moving it. Otherwise, it'll just disappear. You'll just like lose it. So you want to have the practice start off by turning yourself on. Now, so what we're going to do now is just give ourselves a little bit of energy. So you can do some like hip circles. Just get into your sensuality. So you can start to just gather energy in your pelvis. Maybe give yourself like a bit of a massage to relax the body, really start to feel into sensation. So we're moving away from performance and the mind and into just raw sensation in the body. Very intuitive, instinctual. And what you're going to do now is imagine, okay, that you're really turned on. You've got your level 3 or more, and you inhale into this pleasure, which tends to be very genital centralized, right? We are very genital focused in sexuality in general. And what Tantra helps us do is move it. This practice helps move it around the body for a few different reasons, is to help exactly that, not just have this one centralized genital concentration that leads to like a very focused explosion, but have more energy spread out in the body, which allows for a greater orgasm, but also lasts longer. So you're going to get to the point where you can move this energy over and over and over into the body so that it lasts and lasts and lasts. And this is the practice that for men, if you start to really get it going well, you can disassociate orgasm with ejaculation. So you can start to have this orgasmic experience without the ejaculation part. Okay, so we're just going to start by breathing into wherever the pleasure is. So usually genital focused. If you're a 3 or plus out of 10 of pleasure when you're at that point, so breathe in. And then as you exhale, breathe it up in the 5 directions. So up the torso, out the arms, out the head, and down the legs. So breathe into the pleasure. Exhale and move it out in all the different directions. Inhale into the pleasure. Exhale and really move it to different parts of the body. And you can repeat this and repeat this and repeat this. And that's the second phase. So the first phase is just start to feel the movement of energy in the body, of sensation in movement in the body. Get it to happen in different areas of your body. And then once you've got that, start moving your pleasure during a sexual practice. It can be self-pleasure. It can be with a partner. You can actually, the best way to do it is actually to ask your partner to stimulate you if you're not doing it yourself, so that you can really concentrate on what you're doing and learn how to do it. And then you can do it together once you've got the groove. Inhale and start moving pleasure in the body. Exhale, moving it throughout your body, out your arms, up the head and torso, down your legs. And then the last phase, of the third phase, is that you want to, as this starts to get more and more intense, so as you start to notice that as you're inhaling to the pleasure and exhaling out into your body, it's starting to really increase the level of pleasure that you have in your system and that you can actually keep, then you want to move it around. So then you're going to inhale into your pelvis and the genitals, the pleasure. exhale it up the back, and in a cycle, exhaling down. Inhale up the back, back down into the genitals. Up the back, and then you'll notice it starts to create a circle. And it will eventually create momentum on its own. So at first you have to really guide it. At first, especially if you're not super sensitive to the sensation, you may have to really think about all the parts of the body that you're going up point by point by point to bring it into that cycle, and it's completely okay. And eventually it'll just create its own momentum, and you can just let it spin. And let it spin as you breathe and exhale. Inhale and exhale and inhale and exhale. And then you can just keep that going and keep that going as long as you desire. So that is the point of the full body orgasm. And you'll notice that if and or when you do climax, it is no longer genital centralized. It is a very big experience. It's a very different kind of thing that it literally feels like it's coming from absolutely everywhere in the system. So really beautiful, really powerful practice. It awakens all parts of your energy system. It helps circulate the energy so that it keeps coming back down. So one of the important parts is that we don't want to just release the energy and let it come out into nowhere. It's good to recycle, to keep bringing it back into the system so that we can reuse it for ourselves. So sexual energy is life force, it's vitality, it is creative energy. And doing these practices really awakens all those parts of us. And so it can actually add to how much we use in our daytime, what we can use for our business, what we can use for our relationships, how we can stay young and vital within ourselves, right? So that is the practice. It's a really short video today because I had no idea what I was going to say, but I'm really, really excited for you to try this and to let me know how it went. So feel free to either DM me to let me know, or actually preferably if you can, and if you are willing to actually put it in the comments to share your experience, then I can comment on that and really cheer you on, because this is a beautiful practice and I'm looking forward to hearing about it. Cool. So I've got this program coming up called Seductress on March 9th. That is for las mujeres solo, so just for women. And it's going to be really fucking awesome. We're going to do 6 weeks together of sensuality practices. The last week I'm going to teach you Tantric sex magic, which is a manifestation practice that is absolutely so powerful. Every time I've done it, and I've talked to my friends what I was calling in, they literally see me get it within a few weeks and they're like, what the hell, I need to know what this magic is. It's a very potent practice that works with the nervous system and the body. And yeah. Super excited for that. So watch out for it, because I'm creating the webpage for it now. I'm super late on doing it, but that's okay. We go with the flow. And have a beautiful week. Next week, I will be doing this live from Ibiza. So I'm leaving for Ibiza on Friday, and I will be coming on live on next Tuesday to share another something. I don't know what it is yet, but I will surely let you know. And hopefully there won't be naked people walking behind me on the camera, because that's the kind of thing that we do. So, so I will see you all very soon. Thank you so much for coming and for watching and for being you. Okay, I will see you soon. Bye.